Hi everyone, welcome to TGIF, your weekly technical Gyan capsule in 5 minutes. So every interaction that we do in the digital world leads to generation of data, and managing it and maintaining it is a challenge. So in today's episode, we are going to discuss how enterprise can get benefited from quick and easy way to configure their backup and archival plan in M365. To discuss more about it, I would like to invite Sudha for a short conversation. Hi Sudha, welcome to TGIF.
Hi Vishnu,
It's our pleasure to host you.
glad to be here.
Yeah. So Sudha, quickly, I would like to know one of the key challenge that business faces today is how they can manage their massive amount of data that they have so that they can plan their backup and archival process. So there are some features in M365 which can help us mitigate this challenge. So let us and also why it is important for our customers.
Great Vishnu, I'll answer that. So there are two things if you see which archival and backup are trying to solve here, right?
Okay.
First, I'll explain what archival is trying to solve. So what happens when a lot of data and content is getting created and stored in SharePoint sites, right?
Okay.
It takes up a lot of storage space from the shared from the pooled SharePoint storage.
True.
Okay, but however these sites become inactive after a while, and admins are often in a fix whether to delete the data or store them for compliance purposes.
Okay.
So with archival we have a way to archive the inactive data. So it's like freeing up the SharePoint storage space, and
Okay.
at the same time it is stored for compliance and rediscovery purposes as well.
Okay.
That's the first one.
Okay.
The next one is backup and restore, right? Till date, we didn't have this capability to back up data from OneDrive, SharePoint, and Exchange and then restore it back
I
for
see.
business continuity purposes.
Okay.
So, with this feature, a lot of dependency on third-party tools, which was there before, now will be moved to our first-party service, which is hosted on Azure.
I see.
Yeah.
Great. So you mean to say that we can use archival process to manage our historical data as a cold data, and maybe backup for day in day out interaction, which can be used served as a hot data
Absolutely.
at the application
Yes.
level.
Yes.
Great. So would like to know how easy or how difficult it is to configure these features end to end. Is it like a time taking process, a very cumbersome process to do it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
great question again. It takes a couple of minutes, 10 to 15 minutes or
Okay,
less.
yeah.
Once you have the Azure subscription setup, which is the prerequisite for archival, it's only 2 clicks.
Okay.
And then you can select the sites which you want to move them to archive, and you are good to go.
Okay.
For backup and restore, we have two kinds of services. One is from first party service, backup will be stored in Azure. Second is we do have partnerships with ISVs
Okay.
who store the backup data as well. So when you select, so to configure this backup and restore, right, there's only one step, which is you have to create policies for OneDrive, SharePoint, and Exchange.
I see.
And then once you have the policies in place, you need to apply them to the accounts.
Okay.
And once you have it applied, then it's immediately the data starts to get backed up. And once you have the backup ready, it automatically shows an option for you to restore this data to a specific date or time.
I see. So it's like a kind of a wizard kind of setup where you just go do some clicks and you are good to go.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 to 10 clicks maximum.
Okay, great. I would love to see some demos if you have it handy.
Sure.
So once you are logged in into M365 Admin Center, you will come to the setup page, and here you have to go to the option use content AI with syntax, and here you can see there are two options available. One is manage billing. So here you can see that I have already set up my Azure subscription, and I have selected the appropriate resource group and region, hence I'm good to go for archival. So once I have the subscription setup, which is prerequisite both for archive and in my case for backup also I'm using Azure. So I can go to archive and I can select turn on the feature, but the feature is already turned on. It is showing the same. The same with backup. I have to come here. I have to select uh, the M365 backup feature, which includes SharePoint sites, OneDrive accounts, and Exchange mailboxes, and I'm good to go. And once I have this enabled, I can move to SharePoint Admin Center, and here I can tell how easy it is to move any inactive sites into archive. So I will select archive, and I can select archive this site, and I can confirm, and that's it. And this current site is moved to archival, and I can go verify it in the archive sites. once the Once the site is archived, I have two options: to reactivate or to delete. So with that, I have completed archival demo. Now I will move back to M365 backup demo. So go to M365 backup into the M365 admin portal, and here once I select M365 backup, these are the options which come up for me, where I need to create policies. And let me show you what are the policies that are there for SharePoint here. So I will click on view details. So currently it is backing up two sites, and if I want to add more, I can click here, edit scope, and I can add sites, more sites, either manually, or I can upload a CSV and select the sites in bulk. So I can select all company, and I can tell add, and then go to next. And then this is the backup frequency, and this is the retention period. So I'm telling update the policy, and I am done. So that's it. Now I have added multiple SharePoint sites for backup, and I can see that the status is processing. And for more details, I can see, click on view details, and I'm good to go. Once I have the back, and similarly it is the same for SharePoint, Exchange, and OneDrive as well. And once I have the backup ready, I can go to restoration task, and I can create a new task and tell that I need to restore the data which is in one of these SharePoint sites which is backed up. So I can select uh, this team BFSI, and I can click select, and it is telling by which date you want to backup. I have just given the selected 4 a.m. of yesterday, and it is giving me multiple restore points. So I'm telling these are the, I will select this, and I can select the site name, and I'm telling either restore to original. I'm selecting restore to original site, or you can create new site for restoring, and then click restore sites, and it is complete. So this is, as you have seen, 10 clicks or less for configuring the backup and restore.
So that was a wonderful demo. So you've seen how easy it is to manage your massive amount of data and create a backup and archival plan in M365. With that, I'll see you next week with new episode, new content. Bye bye.